The path that leads to truth is littered with the bodies of the ignorant. Miyamoto Musashi, my friends, we clear up the issues of ignorance, the issues of lack of knowledge, all of those problems each and every day to 10 to 15 minutes. That is all we ask. You do that, you will find your way. How long will it take? Don't fret that. When you master the markets, you will be on the road and you will make up for all the time you ever spent. Let's jump into these charts, talk about where things are going. We'll start first. Well, I'll just go ahead and tell you. Everything is up for the day except gold. Let's start with the S&P 500 up a little bit for the day, 0.28%. And of course, we don't have much of a trend line. It's almost flat. But as we look at where the 2-day is moving, it's moving up nicely. We have a decent candle here. We are okay. I mean, it's just Tuesday. As we look at where the volume is this week, we're probably 2/5 of the way there, up to at least average volume. We'll see as it continues to move. And of course, as we look at what the past volume have showed us with this up candle, now we do see how things spurted up and then have slid sideways, but moving up some there at the end of the day. We can see that the volume very weak here over the last 2 days, Monday and Tuesday of this week, after decent volume many parts of last week, about half the time. We had decent average or a little above. So we'll continue to keep a close eye on where things are going. But at this point, of course, our down move has ended, and we are seeing how long this up move will be sustained. Now, we see where things have hit before, where we've topped, 4 times over 5 weeks. Is this where we're going to stay, and are we going to watch it rocket back down again? Don't know. Continue to watch volume. We'll watch where things are, and if indeed we found the bottom, we'll continue to see volume, and price in particular continue to move up, and for volume to stay around average or more. Now let's take a look at the NASDAQ 100, up 0.95%, so up considerably more, 3 times more than the S&P, again, under 1%, but I'm saying when you compare them. Now we look at where we are on the weekly chart here, and again, about the same in volume. I'm going to pay close attention to that as the week moves on. You can see on the 2-day chart representing Monday and Tuesday above average volume, things moving up nicely there. And of course, we can see the same. Things had slid topping out sideways for 2 days here. That was Friday and Monday, but popping up nicely. So again, hopefully that move's going to be sustained. And of course, we don't have just one level where things are holding at, like on the S&P. So we'll keep an eye as the NASDAQ in particular continues to move up. What about bonds? Well, going into the second week after large volume over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks. And again, volume decent already with a green up candle. 3 green up candles on the 2-day. And we can see where the half day had sloped down but is now starting to build back up again, jamming up 1.47% for the day. Gold slacking off. Now, we talked about how the week started slacking off, dropping through our trend line. We see gold moving down. I'll tell you also, silver looking similar as things had moved up, and now they're starting to move down. We've cut through cleanly that weekly trend line for 2 days on the half-day chart, and for 2 days, that's 1 candle on the 2-day chart. So again, we'll watch and see what this candle does as the week progresses on, how volume progresses, red volume, of course, and we'll see if we get above average, maybe showing that indeed we have topped, and we're going to see an acceleration down. So you can buy some practice puts potentially in gold. Now, lastly, look at Bitcoin, the little train that could just chug along, up for the day, 2.68% Of course, we've watched Bitcoin as it, has rolled up and down, up and down, up and down, and then this last one slowly chugging up. And, as we watched it taking off with some gusto over the last 4 weeks, we have bumped above those prior tops. And again, not as big a candle. Wait to see what this volume's going to do, but decent volume on the 2-day charts and just plugging along and up. That is good to see on Bitcoin. That is where we are, folks. Tuesday, we've ended going into the rest of the week. I love this. I hope you love the markets as much as I do. It is always dynamic, always fun, always challenging, and you got to keep that spirit of enthusiasm and excitement if you're going to stick with this. That's why I encourage you, don't overdo it. Don't be spending till 2 a.m. trying to find things to trade. If you want things to trade, we got lots of stuff for you to practice trade, from our 3-wave trades to our weekly vertical crossovers. Sign up, become a Patreon member, jump into all that stuff. You're looking for things to follow. We've got a lot of it for you, but my biggest warning is don't burn yourself out. It's so easy to do. I've done it so many times. That's why I don't do it anymore. And you're much better free thinking. You're much cleaner in your thought processes if indeed you follow these tips. God bless, my friends. All the best from the whole team at Charting Wealth World Headquarters.